Alright guys, hope everyone's doing well. I'm off out again, this time just myself and Maya. I'm going to look at another route for another trig point. This one's pretty much direct, straight from Weather Leap up past Alwynton. It's going to be a bit windy the day, it's a lot colder, and it's a different hat. It's about 3 degrees when I've pulled in the car park. It definitely feels a little bit less with that wind chill factor. So we're going up Shillhope Law today and then back down into the valley and then hopefully up onto Copper Snout, then around, I think we'll touch the edge of Kidland Forest and then back round to the car. So it's about 10.5 miles route I've plotted. So it's forecast to be a little bit windy on the top, so I don't know exactly how much waffle I'm going to be talking today, but we'll push on. She's going a bit crackers because she can smell cattle by the looks of things, so we'll push on and we'll bring us back in a bit. Walking for about 0.7 of a mile and gained about 115 metres in elevation already. It's quite a steep climb, the first part, the first hill, but the views open up really fast. I'm just surrounded by valleys. And if that's the views already, it should be absolutely spectacular from the top. But with it being such a quick climb to the top to the trig, I think we'll push on a little bit. I've seen a sheepfold across another hill in the distance past Copper Snout, I think, so probably try and stop there. But if I can, since I've just got Maya on her own today, I think I'll put her goggles on, do a little bit more training with her. She did. We were out yesterday at Shillhope Spout, just less than 4 mile walk, to see how Nick's injury's coming on, and it kind of was irritating her a bit, so hence the reason why I'm out again on my own. So Maya had her goggles on for about a couple of miles again yesterday. She was less bothered by them, so I was going to try and get about 5 or 6 miles today if she'll leave them alone. Just because when the actual mirrored lenses go on, they are scratch resistant to a point, but the ones that she's got in are just clear, so if she scratches them it doesn't matter, it's just a trailing lens to start with. So we'll push on. Just dropped off the top of Shillhope Law and got Maya's goggles on. Took them no bother this time. Did bribe her with a few treats that she likes. So when we drop off Shillhope Law, we drop back into the valley itself, then take a left and come up Copper Snout, I've plotted the route this time onto my watch, just with it being cold and possibly having to put my gloves on today. So I had a look at the map and everything yesterday and this morning again, just in case. And as far as I'm aware, whoa, I broke a leg again. I'm not very good at this walking stuff, like, am I? So, as far as I'm aware, I think we're going to be coming up this little ridge here, and I think that's Copper Snout, but I could be wrong or slightly out. Cheviot's actually forecast snow today, and I was going to head up there this morning, up at Cheviot, and I thought it was going to be really cloudy, and it's probably the first time it's been in the minuses today, so they'll not be frozen enough. And so then I thought maybe it's Shillhope, but I've done it that many times and I enjoy the walk and everything, but I was up Ingram Valley yesterday, so I thought I'll just go somewhere I haven't been before. Let's go about another trig point for when Nic's ready. That's quite a brutal climb from the start, but it's only about a mile if that to the top really. Very enjoyable, the views are fantastic all the way around. Definitely looking forward to visiting here again, even in the winter. I think it'd be beautiful in the winter with the snow. I was planning on bringing all 3 dogs this morning, but with coming up here, I know the sheep are pretty much low in the valleys, and with going up and over a hill and back into the valley and then up and around again, sort of I plotted like a circular route. It says about 10.5 miles when I've plotted it, but it'll change a little bit. So I thought I'd just bring mine today and do a bit of training, especially going downhill. When the 3 of them together, they all pull downhill, but they all pull uphill. So you can't win. But you put the effort in uphill, which is really good with the commands, especially from going downhill. So this is a walking now. So she's got her goggles on and everything, and it hasn't even phased her today. She's on the scent of something. Definitely something around here this morning that she quite fancies the taste of. I fed her breakfast earlier this morning, so she had a couple of hours before we travelled. And then by the time we got here, it should be pretty much fully digested, so it hopefully eliminates the risk of bloat with it being a larger breed. But I have got energy snacks, which I'm trying at the minute on all the dogs, and the other weekend it seemed to work quite well. So we'll get halfway around and I'll give her an energy snack and see how she performs. Not that I'm working her hard or anything, or getting her to do much pulling, because I can do with the fitness myself, to be honest with you. Or just if she shows any signs of getting tired or flagging a little bit, and give her a boost with when I have a cup of coffee. It takes about half an hour to get into her system, and then about an hour to 1 hour and a half, and then her body should have digested it enough to give her full energy from the energy bars. So that'll keep her going the rest of the way. Not that, to be brutally honest with you, 10 miles is any sort of distance for a Siberian Husky, especially when they do things like the Yukon Quest and they run 100 miles a day in a lot worse conditions than what it is today. I was going to make a clip on the video I did last weekend, but when I'm walking and you would say, gee, oh, on by. It's not just me losing my marbles, because I've probably already lost them. The dogs are trained with a universal husky language, so I'm actually giving them commands to which way I actually want them to turn. So G is to turn right, and Ho, H-A-W, is to turn left. Maya, Ho! So it means when we're out and about, as the dogs are strapped to our waist, because of their pulling strength and power capabilities, as they're in front, we lead from behind. So we'll give all the commands on which way we want them to go, if the trail splits, what direction, left or right, if it even goes into 3, if we want them to go on by, if there's any distractions at the side of the road or in fields, we can tell them on by, and they should turn their heads, ignore what's going on, and carry on going in the right direction. It takes a lot of training, but the dogs have done some work in harness, and as part of a husky group, many years ago, I received a lot of help and training to get the dogs on the right track and help keep the energy levels under control. So that's when I'm rabbiting on in the middle of a conversation and I go, oh, I'm not calling anybody, I'm just giving the dog a direction of which way I want them to turn. It's nice and peaceful here. We're just sitting next to a sheepfold with that wind being that strong. I managed to drop in behind this and it's not even a breath of air, but as soon as you stand up the wind gets a hold of you pretty quick. So I want to stop here, a cup of coffee, something to eat, feed and water the dog, taking the views for half an hour, 45 minutes maybe, and then push on. That's Maya enjoying a break. So they look like it's a bar of chocolate basically, but she really likes them. Nice, good girl. Got the kettle on there, have a brew with a view. Just had something to eat and drink. Everyone's all fueled and ready to go. This is where we managed to sit. That's the views we've had. So we've jumped in behind this old sheepfold here to get out of the wind, so nothing left. Time to move on. So just literally just finished having something to eat there. Just started to push on and it looks like here comes a little bit of snow flurry or some rain. I think the real feel today is about 0, -1, -2, and actual temperature is only about 2 or 3 degrees. It seems supposed to be 0 on the top of Shillhope Law this morning, which felt 0. Got my hat on, I had to put my gloves on, so I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but this is the first snowfall I've been in of this end of the year. Just dropped over into the next valley, out of that wind. Snow showers are still passing over, and that there is Shillhope Law. That's where we started this morning, so I must be about 8 miles in. Taking a little bit of a detour, so I'm supposed to cut down the side of the hill to the farm. However, there's a lot of sheep low level, so literally just come straight up the top of the hill and down the other side just to cut that bit off. putting in pretty bad now. It's starting to rain. The clouds dropping into the valley a little bit. Wind's picking up. So I think I've already put the phone away for now. I don't film anymore. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as I have, despite the weather being temperamental. Still been some beautiful views. Definitely well worth getting out, even when the weather is going to be temperamental. So thanks again for watching, appreciate it. See you on the next one.